Lori's Little Bit of Craftin. Coming to you from Wisconsin, and we're going to pretend it's still January 9th at 11:59 p.m. because that's when I started to get everything rolling. So let me get my goodies in order here. I was rushing, but you know, I just get sidetracked sometimes. Let me get my devices set up here. Hopefully we have sound. Oh, yay, we have sound. I did restart my phone, which is kind of what set me back a little bit also. And let's get my computer up and we'll get rolling. Okay, I got sound on that one too. Nice. Hopefully everybody has had a good day. Happy Friday, right? Oh, I got a lot of stuff going on here. So, let's do some quickie announcements. MacMan will probably pop his head in here in a couple minutes because I know he was shutting down the TV and whatnot. So, let's do our quick announcements and we'll get on our crafty way. Oh, let's see where to begin. New catalog. I did a walkthrough on the 6th or 7th. I don't remember what day it was. This went live on the 6th. So I think it was late on the 6th, so it had gone like a full day. So if you want to see the walkthrough, all of the pages that I couldn't show you before, you can see I've got some things marked here that I forgot about stuff, like this stamp set here, I think I have to have, but I don't remember if I ordered it already, so we'll see. I think I have an order coming pretty soon too. I saw that something had shipped recently. So this catalog went live. If you do not have a demonstrator and you would like a catalog, if you're in the United States, let me know. I would be happy to send you a catalog. It's chock full of lots of ideas and great products. Just lots of ideas, techniques, just a load of stuff. So that's going live. Let's see, the Paper Pumpkin subscription period ends today, January 10th. So the 10th of every month is the last day of our subscription period for Paper Pumpkin. And if you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, there are add-on dies that are available every quarter, and there are dies that go with each month in that quarter. So this is the add-on set for January, February, and March. Now, I got myself 2 sets of these, and here's just a cute little note card I did. I think I need some embellishments on here. Cute little note card though, using just the dies, obviously in paper. But I have put an offer out there for anybody new, a new subscriber with me. I've extended it through February 10th. If you start a new subscription, I will gift you a set of these dies. I bought 2 of them on purpose. Hello, Tanya, welcome. So these add-on dies and past kits and all of those things are only available to Paper Pumpkin subscribers. So if you are interested in that, check out latenightLori.stampinup.net. Send me a message through YouTube or my Facebook page, and you can also email me too. And my email address is on my Stampin' Up page too. So Stampin' Up has a virtual card retreat coming up on the 22nd and 23rd. So we are looking at, gotta look at my calendar. So 16 days. No, 12 days. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12 days. Hi, Yuda. Welcome. In 12 days, this is going live. So if you have not ordered your kit yet, but want to, if it's still available, still order the kit. You can do the class. You can work it with stuff that you have in your stash, because we all have stash, right? And then the videos will be available on demand into perpetuity through Stampin' Up! After the event. So there is no registration for the event because your retreat kit is your registration. Okay? So anybody local to me that wants to do this as a watch party, let me know when you've ordered your kit and let me know that you intend to come, and I will have the studio open for a watch party. But you have to let me know ahead of time, and you have to have purchased your own kit because I will not have enough goodies in my kit to share. All right, so the kit comes with everything you need to make the 15 cards, and Stampin' Up! Has shown us what these cards are going to be. There's going to be a lot of techniques going on in here. There's going to be some coloring. Apparently there's going to be a lot of embossing too. So those are the cards. This will not be for the faint of heart. So if you are a brand new stamper, this would be an awesome event to attend, but you might want to watch rather than crafting along with, because you might get behind it and you don't want to get frustrated. So, and if you're a putsy stamper like I am, sometimes, you can see I just turned on my extra light. Sometimes I like to craft along, but then if I get a little behind or if it's something that I'm not familiar with, I'll just watch so I can go back to it later. All right, so that's coming up. On Stage is coming up as well. This is the conference or convention that Stampin' Up! Does for demonstrators each year. You have until January 16th to register. So if you are a demonstrator and thinking of going, get yourself registered. As of a couple of days ago, there was still room. And it's just a great time. We get a lot of fun products. We get free prizes. Well, there's a prize patrol. So usually everybody gets something with its new product. We get our hands on the new catalog. We can order things earlier than other people. And it's just a great time. So if you've got questions about that, especially if you're on my team, if you've got questions, if you're interested in going, let me know. The United States event is going to be in Long Beach, California. All right. January also released 3 new kits. So there are 2 non-stamping kits. So this little pet kit and this Lots to Love kit. That's more florals and some bright kind of colors. And then there's a butterfly kit. Every month we have new kits. January there's 3 kits. February, March we'll probably only have 2 kits. All right, and then we've got our product of the month. There's just a lot going on. I have to try to remember things. That's why I print some of this stuff out. So the product of the month is a new program that Stampin' Up! Started in December. And in the United States, it requires a minimum purchase of $50. And I'm sorry, $75. $50 is bonus days. That's coming up. This is $75 minimum purchase. And once you hit that minimum purchase amount, which is before shipping and tax, you have the option of adding the product of the month to your cart for just $5. So I am waiting for mine to come so that we can play with that. I love the scripted font on here. There's some block font as well. That should be fun. They're very all occasion sentiments that we can all use throughout the year. All right. Now bonus days. This is a $50 minimum purchase. With every increment of $50 that you order between January 6th and February 2nd, you earn bonus coupons. Those bonus coupons are worth $5 a piece. I'm going to call this the Earn 'em and Burn 'em Club. Earn 'em and Burn 'em Club. Because you earn them 1 month and then you have the following almost a month to redeem them. So this goes to February 2nd. You can start redeeming your coupons February 3rd through February 28th. If you don't redeem them, you lose them. All right. So don't earn them and lose them. Earn them and burn them. All right. But other, a little different from like Kohl's Cash or some of those other places, you have to use it within a couple of days. This, you've got a few weeks. So plenty of time to earn those. But February 2nd is the last day for that. So, all right. My store got a new name December 1st. So instead of LoriMacari.stampinup.net, it's just Late Night Lori.stampinup.net. A little easier to find. Words are easier to spell than Macari. And now, whew, take a deep breath, Lori, right? Last night we did this creative challenge. Stampin' Up! Every month has a creative challenge that they put out for everybody, not just for demonstrators, but everybody. And this month's challenge, whew, was a lot for me to absorb. I'm looking at thinking that's a lot going on, especially if you're thinking about it for a card. But for those of you who are here last night, this was what we came up with. And I did an envelope. I got a little extra grunge on there, but I'm not going to worry about it because it kind of goes with the whole theme of the card. Did some ink blending on my envelope as well. But here's what we did. Bon, welcome. So basically what we did was we took this sketch or this template and we put it on its side. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I think this was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We had them all. I just had to kind of see what kind of order we interpreted that as. So we were talking last night about, well, some people aren't card makers. I get it. These sketches are not just for cards. They are for inspiration in whatever you do. All right. So this was one of the samples. And for me, this just doesn't work. That's a lot of random red going on. And there's some pink in there too, but somebody obviously loved it. Hello, Bonnie M. Welcome. Juju, welcome. So that was a lot of red for me. Not one that I would probably try to reproduce just like that. I think it might work better if the base was maybe a different color. Like even white or the bubble bath or something. I don't know, but that's a lot of red going on. Love and Pieces, welcome. I gotta, yeah, here we go. I gotta find it. Suzanne from Arkansas. I'm having just a hard time tonight. And Vicky's here. Welcome, Vicky. Everybody's popping over, probably from Juju, huh? Well, thanks for hanging out with all of us. And if you haven't come from Juju's, she does junk journaling and she comes on before I do. That's partly why I have just kind of jogged to a little later in the evening, because I don't want to interfere with hers, and Juju raids my people or my page, and I love it. I love it. So, yes, Bonnie, exactly. So this is another set of cards that was done with that same template. So I thought tonight, rather than doing another card with this layout or this template or sketch, whatever you want to call it, we talked last night about, oh, well, I don't do cards. That's fine. You can do junk journaling. You can do scrapbooking. You can do whatever. I thought we would work on a scrapbook layout. All right. I don't do junk journaling. I don't do journaling. So for me to try to demonstrate that would really probably be hilarious for you guys, but would be way out of my comfort zone, right? So hello, Rosa from California. Welcome back. And I'm trying to think. San Bernardino, where? Oh, I see my notes. Sunnyvale. There was an S there. Sometimes I have to cheat, but that's all right. I'm old. So I thought we would do scrapbook pages. And hopefully that's all right with everybody. Otherwise, we could pivot and I could get stuff together and we could do something crazy like that. But I think we can do that maybe another night. So here, Lori, please. Before I started hanging out with Juju, you never made a journal. Not like that anyway. Yeah, and I don't know if junk journaling will ever be in my future. It's not a vibe that speaks to me right now, but that doesn't mean it won't later. Because scrapbooking was not anything that spoke to me, and now I'm enjoying it a lot more. So the more exposure I have to it, I'm not against the idea of doing some journaling and just maybe easing my way into it. The more I watch Juju, the easier it seems. So, you know, never say never, right? Never say never. So I thought we would kind of go with the same theme, but that we would keep the pages like this and like this, kind of on the flip side. So I did prep a few things, and I'm going to kind of keep this close for me to see. Maybe you folks won't be able to see it. But I grabbed a bunch of things from the papers we were using last night. And I have a real mess here. So Weekend Adventures. I didn't even look to see if this is still available. Unfortunately, I should have done that. So Rosa, you do mostly cards, but you love your junk journal and your diary. Yeah. So, yeah, I like stretching. Yeah, I'm very interested in that gel plate stuff. Definitely interested in that. Or to see if I have something here already that might lend itself to do the similar technique. I don't know if our like re-inkers would work for that, or if I have to get some other acrylic paint. I do have some acrylic paint because I think that's what you use, Juju, right? But you've got all kinds of fancy colors and shimmery stuff and whatnot. So I'm learning. You can sometimes teach an old dog new tricks. So the other paper that we used, oh yeah, I hear you. I don't do the, oh, that's good to know, Suzanne. So it wasn't a hot mess, it was a cold mess. All right. We also used some of this paper, the Autumn Toile, but I liked the color combination. So this Weekend Adventures paper also has some Misty Moonlight in it. So I think we might expand this a little more with the color palette and incorporate some Misty Moonlight. So I did put these colors as the thumbnail for this video, I think. And it's Early Espresso, Crushed Curry, Misty Moonlight, Old Olive, and Cajun Craze. One of my favorites. Creative Nana. She does do-it-yourselves and shows you how the do-it-yourself looks. Or DIY. DIY. Now I'm not thinking of what the real acronym for DIY is. But anyway, yeah, I kind of stopped going to some of those big box stores quite some time ago, because when I really started being more serious about my Stampin' Up! Stuff, I just found that the colors, the paper quality, now there's been some changes in the paper mills and stuff since COVID and all that, which has been frustrating for everybody. But I like all of the color coordination, the variety of products that they have, the specials they have. The biggest thing for me is I can get everything color coordinated delivered to my door, and I don't even have to go to the big stores. And I like that. And because I'm a demonstrator, of course, I get a discount. So my prices to me, a lot of times seem better than what some of those other stores have. Oh yeah. The YouTube lives are really, they're so easy and you build your own community. I feel like you guys are all my peeps. You're my friends. And sometimes you laugh at me and a lot of times you make me laugh and it just makes me happy to share this. And I love having the interaction. So like when I invite people that are watching to come in and join in the conversation, I mean it. You know, when you've got suggestions, I try to incorporate them into the project so that what we make is actually what we have collaborated on, which is why we came up with Team Lori Collabs as our hashtag. And Juju, remind me, who came up with that one? If I look at my whole list of people, Zippity Doodah, right, thank you. Yep, all right, so, yeah, you buy your stuff where you find what you need, right? But since I normally do just the paper crafting here with the cards and stuff, Stampin' Up for me works. It didn't always, and it may not always, but right now that's my wheelhouse. But I think DIY is what like some of those shows and stuff do. Anyway, let's get busy. Enough of Lori just chit-chatting randomly, right? So if we take this sketch, and now remember we did the card like this, but yeah, my brain here is DIY, do it yourself. See, I never went to Joann's for paper crafting things. I went to Joann's for their fabric back when I was sewing. I haven't sewn for quite a long time. I didn't even consider them for regular crafting kind of things, but anyway. So I pulled out a couple of different papers for our base. Now, we could use the Willow White Willow. We could use the White Willow for the base, but I think these are with the Very Vanilla and the other muted tones. I didn't like this. I thought this was too white. And even the card that we did yesterday, we used Very Vanilla, not white. So I figured I would pull in the Pecan Pie two-tone cardstock. So here's the Pecan Pie in the true color, but this is the two-sided. Oh, and I didn't even know you could order paper online with them. That's how little I shopped with Joann's. I know a lot of people miss them a lot, and I know that Michael's, at least Michael's by Us, has, I think they have like a Joann's sign on one of their walls where maybe they have some fabric or something. I don't have any Joann's really close to me. I don't have any Hobby Lobbies close to me. The closest store I have is Walmart. That's why Stampin' Up is probably getting it in the mail shipped to my door probably works out the best for me. So anyway, we have this Pecan Pie. This I thought was a little dark last night when we were working with some of the things, but I do think the lighter tone works really well. And then maybe some Pecan Pie if we do some embossing. So we might do some of that plaid embossing, we'll see. Oh, that big twist. Those are the ones that come in the really big rolls, right? I know those are kind of like the craze right now because my husband's daughter was doing some crocheted projects and, you know, it's really a thick yarn, right? It's like a chunky, bulky kind of yarn, if that's what I'm thinking of. Anyway, so let's just kind of take a look. We're going to have like 10 elements, right? And we're going to turn this into a scrapbook page. So first element, if we do this, hopefully this color kind of seems all right. A lot comes in the big rolls. Yeah, the roll is like huge. We found some, we were at a Stampin' Up event, my husband and I, and we went to, and it might have been a Joann's actually, now that I think about it, that was going, when they were going out of business, they had a clearance. Oh, it's different sizes in every yarn. Okay. Anyway, so I thought maybe we could use some of these little elements. These, we've got some little Cajun Craze stuff. We might be able to make a banner with this. And this is from that 12 Days of Crafting Advent Calendar. Some of the paper from in there, and I thought that worked really well. And then I'm pulling in some more of these Misty Moonlight pieces. Maybe we can use those. The Cajun Craze. And then a couple little acorns that I will probably fussy cut. And then I did get a couple of placeholders started because I was using this paper, but I wanted to gut it so that I wouldn't waste it all. All right. Because I wanted to be able to, oh, that goes like this. I wanted to also be able to use this for some of our elements. All right. So these will kind of go like this. And then I gutted this one out as well. However that one went. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. So I have these too. So I think what I'm going to do is just right away attach these to the mats. And I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal for that. That way I'll kind of minimize some of the pieces that we're playing with. Let's just kind of move these over. And I might have too many things pulled out. I don't know. But I thought I would give us a variety of things to choose from. And some of the things there just won't be a choice because I have them ready, right? Like these couple of mats. So this is a scrapbook scrap-out. Yeah, I'm going to do it as a scrapbook. Well, the challenge is not, wherever I put that. This is just a challenge. What did I do with my, here. So Stampin' Up! Every month does a creative challenge. And they encourage anybody, customers, demonstrators, whoever, crafters in general. They challenge us with a sketch or a template, whatever you want to call it. All right. And then when you've done your project, you can go on Instagram and you can use this hashtag and Stampin' Up! If they see it and they like it, they might feature you on their video recapping a lot of the designs. I did put this one on I put it on my Facebook page and I used the hashtag, but I also went to the Stampin' Up! Official page, found the post for this and added our picture. Juju and Lori, do you like the product of the month this month? I do. I haven't used it yet, but I was placing my order the very first day so that I could get it. All right, let's go back to this for just a second so I don't get too distracted. Last month's product of the month was some blue paper. What was it called? And this might still be available too. Oh, I should do one of these where I'm doing the product of the month instead of just a flyer. Yeah, it's not for everybody, you know, and every month it's going to be something different. So last month it was this paper. It was a full pack of 12 by 12 paper. $5. I figure why not? And we ended up making, we did all of the samples. We cased them and then did a couple of other things with them. So, yeah. So that was last month. It might still be available. So if you liked last month's and didn't get it, and you also like January's, you need to do separate orders The system can only pick up one product of the month per order. So even if you were to order $150, it won't let you pick 2 products of the month. All right. So with their program, they can only do 1 product of the month. You are limited to 1 product of the month. So you can only get 1 December. You can only get 1 January. We don't know what February is going to be. All right. I know I have a ton of sentiment stamps and dies too. But Juju, you're right. You don't have that one. And the thing with that one is I just really liked, I love the scripty font. All right. Let me get that in here. Yeah. I love the scripty font. And it's a casual scripty. It's not a formal scripty, but it doesn't look dopey to me either. Like some of the fonts, whether they're blocked or script like that, they just don't appeal to me. So let me see if I can find one that I don't particularly care for. Because there are some that just I don't like. Well, and of course, all the ones I'm looking at right now, I really like. But some of them just look strange to me. So here, I'll show you one. Well, this isn't even a very good one. But sometimes these, like the 70s-ish fonts, they don't speak to me. I don't care for them so much. That one's okay. But some of these scripty ones I really like. Like I like this one too. It's different. It's casual, but it's still a script. So anyway, this one I think will be fun. All right. So Bonnie, you're on a no spend year. I get it. So it's not that you're a no spend. It's a you need to use up. And that's like with doing my videos. Let me put this back out a little bit here. Come on. Maybe. Sorry if I'm moving it. There we go. You're on a mission to use your stash, which is really important because if you're putting money into it, if you're investing into this, you need to use it. And I had that problem too. I would buy things just because I liked them, and then new stuff would come out and I'd go through some of my old stuff and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, I never touched this. I had to have it, but I didn't use it. So with me doing my videos every day like this, it forces me to craft every day, and I use things that I have. I've used them. And to me, that's important. And then when it comes time for the new stuff, because I try to use my new stuff, you know, the current stuff for the videos. So if there is something that somebody likes, at least they can purchase it. If I used all my old stuff, if they didn't have the old stuff, they can't make the same thing, you know? So it's different for everybody, but I get it. Now I feel better when I sell off some of my old stuff because I've used it. You know, when my photopolymer stamps are stained, I've used it. I love it, you know. And then it doesn't feel like I've wasted my money because I feel more like I've gotten my money's worth out of it when I've made many cards. Because if we buy a stamp set and a die set and a pack of paper and embellishments and you make one card, that's a really expensive card, you know? So sometimes you just have to force yourself to start creating it. Open up a package of paper, cut it up. Kylie Bertucci, she's a demonstrator from Australia. She has a love it and chop it or something thing that she does. She encourages people to just chop up your paper because you're more likely to use it if you've cut it up. Now, I do try to do that, but sometimes I like to keep the full pieces for scrapbooking things because now that I'm, you know, wading into those waters a little bit more, I want to have stuff available, right? All right, so we've got these 2 place settings, place cards, placeholders. That's it, placeholders. So somebody asked, yes, this is going to be like a 2-page spread. Let me see, did I miss anything else? You have a lot of shadow die sentiments. Those are nice because then you don't have to fussy cut everything, you know? And you're right, it is a waste of money if you don't use it. I agree. And I have wasted enough. All right. So let's get these pieces back out here and just start kind of laying things out and see what trips our trigger. And we may not be able to, we may not be able to see everything on both spreads. So I'll do the best I can to make it visible. All right, so, and I want to keep the layout kind of close too. And I wonder if that might have helped a little bit. Sometimes my camera stand moves. So here's our two-page spread. So I was thinking if we go this piece here, this piece we could put here and make it into a banner, like a flag. So if I just cut this, maybe we want to do it like 8 inches. I could probably just cut off 4 because that would be 12. That way I don't have to bring out the arm. All right, so we could do, that might actually be a little long. We'll see. But if we used, I have a bunch of cardstock here too somewhere. If we used some Cajun craze and made another little banner. Now these are 2 inches wide. If I do this one like 1.5 inches wide maybe, and then turn it into a banner. Let me get my snips. So we'll just, I should probably, sometimes I get off center with where these should be. So if I go in the middle and just snip up a little bit, and go from the corner to my snip, the corner to my snip, they're even. I have even tails on my flag. And I think I might want to put a flag on that too. So we can do something like that. So far so good? Maybe? All right, and then if we do that on the other side as well, I don't know if you can see that. Maybe we'll just work on the left side page first. And then we'll just kind of put some pieces over on the other side to kind of mirror some of these. So Vicki, I see your comment. So for Stampin' Up! In the United States, our normal card size would be an 8.5 by 5.5. And on the 8.5 inch side, you would score it at 4 1/4. And that would fit the normal medium size envelopes that Stampin' Up! Has. All right. So 8.5 across. So basically, you would take your 8.5 by 11. I score it first at 4 1/4, and then I turn it and I cut it at 5.5. So you get 2 card bases out of 1 piece of cardstock. But if you're using 12 by 12 cardstock, you know, then obviously you have to cut it down a little different. All right, and I need to get another pack of envelopes out because I'm on my last envelope right now. So your shows are back on, so you're not available from 7 to 10. Alrighty, let's put those there. All right. So let's pull this back over maybe to a little closer to center. So as I'm laying things out, if you think they should be moved, you let me know. Now here I haven't decided if I want to do this all the way to the edge, or if I want to have it in a little bit, or if I want to put a little strip of early espresso along the edge to give it, kind of give this a matted look. I wonder, well, that solves that problem because I don't have early espresso in 12 by 12. So I guess we'll just do this. Rosa, I know it's for me, the 12 by 12, the easiest way for me to, well, I incorporate those into cards instead. So when I do a card, if my card base is 4.5 inches or 4.25 inches wide, like this is 4.25, you can get 3 strips of card fronts out of a 12 by 12. Because the normal layer on here, like here, if we're doing a normal layer, like this white layer here, that would be 4 by 5.25. And then you have your 1/8 inch border all the way around your card. All right. So hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, and I'm forcing myself to do more scrapbook pages. It doesn't come naturally to me, but I did do the scrapbooking retreat that Stampin' Up! Had, and I learned a lot. And I had done a number of years ago some layouts for an event with my upline, and I had to kind of Google or Pinterest search, I don't remember what I did, some scrapbooking layouts, because it's like I had no idea what to do. And I thought they turned out really well. I've shown them on here before. I'm not going to pull them out right now because I was looking for my bin that had those scrapbook pages in them, but I couldn't find it. So back to our layout. Maybe I can just tuck this here. I think maybe you can see it if I have it tucked here, right? Maybe if I lift this a little bit. There we go. We'll just tuck that there. All right. So I'm counting this as 1 and 2. Glad to help, Vicki. Anytime you've got questions, just shoot me a text or send me an email, either way. I kind of like it with this pecan border, but what do you think if we did it all the way to the edge? Do you think that looks better? Can you see that well enough? I think you can. And then if we do a couple of pieces here, so that would be number 4. And I've got a little glue goober on here. I don't know how that happened. All right. And then this obviously is going to be a little nature thing-ish. But we could do, if we've got 1, 2, I'm counting these kind of as 2 together. 2. And this would be number 4. This could be 3. We may not leave it in the same place. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We need another little piece coming out here. So maybe that could be 5, kind of tucked under here. 6 could be another picture. Or it could be these kind of fussy cut. That could be 6 and 7. Eight. Or maybe this could be 8. And then 9 and 10. 9 and 10. We could do another picture on here. So maybe this could be a photo mat and maybe just smaller. Or we could maybe do, and we'll do maybe some stamps on here, some of the grunge like we did last time. We could also put a little tail. That doesn't really work on there. But something like this, maybe. We'll see. So let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need a little piece for 9. And that would be 10. What do you think? Is it balanced? We got some Cajun craze going on. We got some blue going on. This is a Misty Moonlight. We've got one piece of Old Olive there, but we'll put more Old Olive on the other side. So I need to do a photo holder here. So let's measure and see. So if this is 4 3/4, if I go 4 1/4 by 2 3/4. Let's see, let's wing it. Four and a quarter by 2 3/4, I think. Okay. So basically what I did is just took a 1/4 inch off my measurement just so that I have that even border around there. Actually, I took a 1/2 inch off. I took a 1/2 inch off so I would have a 1/4 inch all the way around. How's that look? That came together pretty quick once I got done being disorganized. All right, so now when we go to do the other side, we're going to, I wanted to get some foliage in here too, but that might not work. We'll see. So now if we do this page, I'm just going to put it right up on top, I think. Try not to mess that up. So here, if we do this one over here, and maybe we could do opposite and do that full length and make this into a banner and make this into a little banner. That might pull out a little bit more of that Cajun craze. What do you think? Let's just make this into a banner and see what it looks like. Sometimes I just need the visual. And it might need to be a little shorter so it doesn't look disproportionate. And I know some people like to have their photos first and then lay them out. I'm different. I do my layout and then I'll add my pictures later. And it's surprising sometimes how the pictures just kind of work out fine. You know, whether you worry about the colors or not. All right, so this we'll put over here. And I don't know if I want to use that. That was just an extra piece. We might want to use these little banner pieces. And here, what did I say this was? I guess I could have it right side up, hey? So if we did that, kind of like there. And then if we cut this down, I think we were 4 1/4 by 2 3/4, right? 4 1/4. Yes. All right, so with these placeholders, I'm just going to use a little piece of seal to hold those together, which is different from what I did for these because I gutted the center. You know, this piece came out of here, so I wanted to put those all the way on. All right, so we'll do that there. I think that kind of works there. I'll just cut this a little bit so you can see it a little more how it would look. So we could put that there, and we could write something on it, like the year or something. You could turn that piece into a pocket, and like this piece here, or this one. Either way, you're right, that would be a good idea. And then you could pull out of it, put the picture on the front, and the journal piece could be what pulls up. So turn this into a journal piece by putting it on another, let's do, this. Let's see how wide this one is. So we could probably go 2.5. And then this could go right on there. This is a sticker though, so I have to unsticky the back. Oh, thank you, Vicky. That's good to know. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and use my embossing buddy on the back of here and just add some powder and make that less tacky. And then we could always put this long ways too. What do you think of that? Suzanne, would that work? Make it go up instead of sideways? Because I could cut this shorter. I mean, that's not my concern there. I could cut that shorter, but then we have less journaling to do. Either put paper or use the embossing buddy. Yeah, I may glue a piece of paper on the back of there as well. Like I could trim this down and just stick it to the back because it would be shaped right, but I'd have to fussy cut it. But the embossing buddy seems to have really taken off the tack, so it's fine. So I think if we did it this way, nobody can really tell from this design that it's intended to go that way. But if we did this and then put a piece of the very vanilla there, that would be perfect size. So you like the mirror image of the, okay, yeah, well, we'll see how it looks. I can always cut this down. So this will be 2.25. That's why I'm not gluing a whole lot of these things yet, because I'm not sure how it's going to turn out. So if we put this like this, that would be good for journaling on. And I'm going to put just a little bit of seal there to hold that in place. And if we have to cut it down, it'll come apart easy enough. So if we did something like this, this would be elevated because we need to make our pocket, right? And then you know that when we put these in the page protectors, and I'm a little OCD too, so I get it. Trust me, I get it. When we put this in our page protector then, what we'll end up doing is, I'll move that over a little bit here. What we'll end up doing is making a slice in our pocket protector for the top of this so that this can go in and out without taking the page out of the page protector. Okay. I think a lot of us are a little OCD. I admit it. I'm not an alcoholic, but I can be an OCD person. I'm all right with that. All right, so let's do this. I might want that. This I think needs to be a little bit bigger, or maybe a second one, because I don't think that's big enough. Compared to the other side, it just doesn't seem quite wide enough for me. This one was 1.5 inches, so I think that might be a little bit better. I do like things symmetrical, but symmetrical and mirrored to me are just a little bit different. So I look more for the balance. And not everybody does that the same, I get it. So if we put this here, we could still put another banner. I think I would like that better over on that side though. That's I think that's kind of fun. We might have to add another one on that side, I don't know. All right. And then I still have to have a place to put like a title, however we want that to be. All right, so I'm gonna scooch these next to each other so we can see how they're coming together. And then we have to kind of count some pieces here too. Oh, yeah, I'll show you that. That's something that I learned when I did the retreat with Stampin' Up! Last summer. I had no idea either, but it's so cool. And the page protectors, and I don't know if they're all like this. I've only really played with the page protectors from Stampin' Up!, but they're very heavy duty. And let's pull this down here. They're very heavy duty. So when you put a slice in it, you don't have to worry about it just tearing apart. It's not like a little binder page protector. I'm waiting for my video to kind of catch up. I don't know if that's visible on both sides. Let me move my thumbs up. That's for Amanda, Salah's daughter. One day she saw it and the thumb had actually accidentally been pointing down. She's like, "Oh, Mom, she needs to fix her thumb." All right, so I think we can see all of this now. All right, so let's get my trimmer out of the way for right now so I can pull the sketch back in. And then I still need to find some pieces that I want to put some more texture on, because I really want to do like this, the Forever Plaid, with something, okay? And these we might be able to kind of banner across and meld the pages together. And I kind of like that Nature Rules. Did you see that? These are stickers from the sticker sheet that coordinates with this paper. So Nature Rules: explore, enjoy the land, leave no trace, listen to nature, observe wildlife, respect others, be prepared, take pictures, have fun, relax, and unwind. That's what I like to do. All right. So if we did this like this, that could go something like that, or we might want to have that down here so that's kind of facing in. And then this, we could put a pocket piece in here and have one over here as well. What do you think? Do you like the little banner idea coming across here, or not so much? Because it kind of would go with those pieces. So if we've got, let's pull out the sketch. Put those up there. Oh, we've got adventure. There might just be too much little word things. This is like a ticket though. That's kind of fun. So you can see where it's like a ticket. We'll see. All right, so you love the banner at the top. Cool. I thought those were fun. And then it kind of helps pull in the blue. It pulls in the Cajun Craze. That, I'm not sure what color that is. But we've got the very vanilla. These are just placeholders though, so those won't be there unless I make my pictures a little bit smaller and use those as mattes too, so it would be double matted. Of course, you know, this might be too foo-foo-ish. We might not even want to use that one. Maybe we just want to use the 5. Let's see. Yeah, it might be crumb cake. Oh, I bet it's basic beige. I always forget about basic beige. Whoops. Scrap. But that piece is kind of foo-foo-ish. And this one we could cut in half, so there's half on each page of the spread. I'm just trying to trim off the edges a little bit so it looks a little more realistic how it's going to look. And then we could also put some twine. Here we have Early Espresso and Old Olive. I don't know if this is still available either, but this was a twin pack. So we could put some twine there. All right, so let's take a look and see where we're at. So here we've got, I don't know if we want that over that a little bit. And I'm gonna, remember I said we're gonna put like some grunge in here. I'm gonna show you some ink blending so that it makes the eye move from one side of the page to the next. All right. So we'll do that before we stick everything on. So let's go back to page 1, our left side. So we've got 1, this piece. We still have to kind of decide if we want that little border on there. I'm thinking yes, but we'll see. All right, so we've got 1. I'm doing this as a combined 2. This would be 3. This will be 4. 5. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Did I miss one? Did I take one off of here maybe? But we could, I think it's close enough because we've got enough elements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The banner. I think we're all right. I think we're close enough to the idea of the sketch that we've got it loosely enough interpreted. But if I put, yeah, we'll figure it out. All right. So this could actually even kind of go on top of that little banner piece, like so. And I could banner that out too. All right. Oh, I know. We moved the coffee pot and the cup. That's what we did. Oh, thank you. I'm a little slow on watching the comments. Thank you. Yes, it was the coffee cup. I thought we were all right before. All right. So now if we move to this side, if we flip this over, I'm still using the same sketch, but I'm making it symmetrical or balanced. So we've got 1. This would be 2. And I'm thinking this piece here, this designed piece, we're going to cut down here and flag it like this one is. but I have the colors flipped. See how I've got this long piece here so we can see the pattern? Then I've got the dark piece, and then the crushed, or the Cajun craze. I didn't want this piece to be so much on the dark. I wanted it to have a lighter background, so that's why I'm kind of shifting that. But I'll make this into a long banner, I think. I think that'll look okay, hopefully. And then, so let's go back in here. So we've got 1, 2. We can count the banner as 3, 4. Then I'm here. We've got 5, maybe 6, 7, 8, 10. So we need another piece on here, I think. Thanks for hanging out with us, Rosa. So I think this will be close too. And then if we could even maybe backdrop this with something. And that would be our extra piece maybe. I'm gonna fussy cut those, but that might work, I don't know. But I think for purposes of the sketch, I think this is pretty close. Enjoy your weekend too, Rosa. And hopefully we'll see you soon. All right, so overall, do we think we're good with this layout? For the most part? Because then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start adding some ink blending. I still thought we would use this for something. And maybe I just need to, do something. I think I'm going to get a piece of Misty Moonlight and make a tag. That'll be pretty. And I forgot what we said that measurement was. About 2.5. And then that's going to be shorter. I'm just going to cut a little bit off of here and we'll wing it. So then this can go on top of here. Oh, that's pretty good. I guessed pretty close. I just eyeballed it. And then we'll put some Embossing Buddy powder on the back of this as well. Now, if you don't have an Embossing Buddy, you could even just put a piece of tape or something on the back. Baby powder. Rub it against your clothes enough times. All right, so this will become a pocket here. Let me put a little piece of seal on that. Now, if I need to take these off, all I have to do is twist it apart. All right, and it'll come right off. Gently. Don't just go yanking it, but. All right, so then we need a little journaling piece for this. And that's going to be about 2 3/4 by roughly 2 1/8. Is that right? Oh, I could probably make it a little wider, huh? Because that one's wider. I need to make that wider. Good thing it's only paper. All right. That's better. And then we're going to go to about there. Since I eyeballed it, I'm just doing a little thumb measurement, a thumbnail measurement, and that can go there. There's a little furry on the edge of there. All right, so we'll make a pocket here and a pocket there. So now when we do the pockets on a scrapbooking page, I had no idea about pockets, and I had no idea about adding embellishments or ink blending or dimensionals or any of that. I had no clue because I'm thinking scrapbooks are flat, but they're not. The page protectors, you can actually lift things up. So what we're going to do with these two to turn them into pockets is we're going to use some adhesive strips and we're going to make them into pockets. All right, so let's see. That's not really going to matter. I'm just going to flip it like this. So I'm going to be doing the sides and the bottom. And that's going to work up pretty close. No, I'll do it this way. In fact, let's just do this. I'm going to start up here. Now, if you're going to put something on dimensionals in a scrapbooking page or a scrapbooking layout, you want to make sure you have plenty of dimensionals so that it doesn't collapse in the middle. All right, that is kind of important. So if you're going to lift it up, make sure you support it. All right. I guess we'll use this side now. I don't need it quite that long, but we're going to work with it. All right. So this is going to end up going here. Now, we could put multiple tags in here, and that's going a little deeper than I expected. I want it to stick out a little bit. So I'm going to put another layer across here. And that should work out just fine. So that's going to be my stop, all right? So when my tag goes in there, it's going to stop, okay? And then when we put this in the page protector, we're going to make a slit, and I'll show you how to do that. Probably not tonight. We may finish this tomorrow because I'm going to want to do like some ink blending in that, and I'll kind of maybe start it tonight. But I have an early day tomorrow. I have a demonstrator retreat I need to go to that's going to have some classes, some educational things, and some fun things too, hopefully. But that'll be all day. I have to take a break in the middle there to do another meeting. And then our granddaughter is coming at some point, so it's going to be a busy day. All right. I think I want to do something with this. I don't know what. Maybe, I don't know. That just looks lonely there, but maybe once I get the ink blending on there, it'll be better. And then if we put some embellishments on there, that'll probably work too. So I think that'll be okay. And then we'll do a little bit of this twine on here. And maybe we'll do a few pieces and maybe I'll braid it or something. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll do it both colors. I think that'll look silly. All right. So there's that side pretty much laid out. And then this side, let's go ahead and put this up on our adhesive strips as well. Now this time I get to use that corner piece like I wanted. And it kind of stuck itself there actually. Hello, Robert. How are you? All right. Now we'll take this piece. It's going to be just about perfect. Let's cut that little snippet off of there. Well, that worked out pretty good. I'm just going to take a little piece off of the end here so it's not showing. All right, and I don't want to take those backings off yet, but let's see how this tag looks. So that one's too deep as well, so I need to put a piece as a stop in here too. And we'll just put that right about so. Now the stop doesn't have to go all the way across, of course. It just needs to go far enough across to be a good stop. So we'll just put that right about there. So that's going to end up being like this. This one I think I might want to do 2 tabs. I wonder if there's another one of these. There might not be. We might just do 1 tab each. I still feel like that needs something with it. I might decide something different tomorrow. I don't know. We might be able to cut this and use it. I don't know. That might be an option. Okay. So let's get this out of the way. Let's do a little fussy cutting here because I'm going to want the cup and the coffee pot as images, like standalone images, not weird things. To go behind the green, what about embossing a darker brown? Right, and that's why I had kind of put this back there just to kind of eyeball it. And it might be, I might be able to I might be able to mimic that shape, but then emboss it with that the Forever Plaid embossing folder. It just seems like it needs something to set it off. So that's a good suggestion. But I don't think this pattern paper is good. But with the early espresso, that might work. Which is this color, just in a solid. So Juju, hopefully you're not disappointed on fussy cussin'. Luckily these are pretty straightforward. All right, so there's that. And I'm gonna get my little cutting tool. Trade that out. And I'm gonna scooch this out of the way for just a second. And we're gonna cut this handle out. Sorry, my hand's probably in the way, but you kind of can see what I'm trying to do here. Just trying to go slow enough so that I don't slice the whole handle off, you know. And I don't want to cut my hand off. So that'll go there. Now the backing paper is still on here. So this will peel apart. There we go. So it'll peel apart and you'll be able to see that paper behind there. So I think that'll be good. And then let's go ahead and get the coffee pot. I may as well just cut out the handle of that right away. Can you hear the paper cutting? That worked out pretty good. All right, let's put the cover back on this so I don't cut myself. And we'll trade these out. I had to super glue my thumb again today because I got another crack. It was starting last night, I think, but it popped all the way open today. Now, I kind of like that piece. That might work behind here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut in from the side. See if we can salvage this. And I'm going to cut in from this side. And then we'll fussy cut from here. And we'll try to do a dual purpose with this little piece. And then if I put a darker circle behind it, it will kind of have a tie-in, because this will be a scalloped circle-ish behind that sentiment. We'll see. It might work, it might not. Super glue to the rescue though, Juju. And once the super glue is on there, it doesn't hurt anymore even when I bump it. But if I just leave it to try to heal, it won't. And then I keep bumping it and then it's extremely painful. There. All right. So there's our little coffee pot and cup. From there, I don't think we need both of those pieces now though. I think we can just do that with the little vinage stuff, hey? that's kind of fun. Now, if we do this piece, this can go behind here. That can go behind there. And that, it's going to look, it's scalloped. You probably can't see it very well. Let me take this off. That might help. That's scalloped around there. You might be able to tell. I'll zoom the camera in. That might help too. So there's the outline of the scallop. But if we put that like so, that can go over there. Whoops, let's put that back. All right, so let's neaten up some of these elements here. All right. What are we thinking? I think it follows the sketch pretty closely. And then these little banner pieces, these are stickers too, so I'm just trying to cut off the edges a little bit so it looks a little more like the end product will look. So this I'll end up cutting in half so that half of it's on one side and half of it's on the other. This will go here. And I might actually braid that with some of the old olive too. Just kind of pull in all the colors together. Or, no, I don't think this will work. Well, it might work. Little chevron ribbon. It's not as flexible though. I think I'll stick with the twine, the baker's twine. You know, never know until you look. That's from the Hobby Haven. All right. I'm thinking that's pretty good. I still might do a dark brown behind there, but if I do a circle punch now, it'll look like it's more intentional than accidental. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-ish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's close. I think it's close enough. And then we'll put some embellishments on there. Maybe a couple other little sticker elements. It seemed like I had a few more cut out somewhere. I'm not sure, but we'll figure it out. And I think that's as far as I'm going to get tomorrow, or tonight. So stay tuned. Next episode, we're going to go ahead and do some ink blending on here. We're going to do some little grunge on here. And we'll start putting it all together so that it actually looks like something. And then I'll get ready to post that for the challenge too. So here's the sketch. So we've got the sides and we've got all those little elements in there. There's more room now. You know, here's the sketch adjusted there, right, for the card. That was a lot on a little space. So now we can spread it out. And then as we flip it over, we've got the stripe and a bunch of little elements. So we'll see. we might add another photo or something down here. We'll see. We'll see where the spirit takes us next time. All right? Whew. Thanks, Juju. So come back next time with your thoughts of how else this should come together. I think it'll be good though. I think it will be good. It's gonna look pretty cool. I'm looking forward to finishing it. But I'm tired. I've got my retreat tomorrow. Granddaughter's coming over. Lots to do. Places to go, people to see, things to do, and I will be back in, I don't know, like what, 22.5 hours? Does that sound right? Something like that. Good night, Vicki. Good night, Juju. Suzanne, who else is here? Rosa left. Robert's here. Not sure if I'm missing anybody. Bonnie, Bonnie, if you're still here. Thanks for hanging out with me. I know there wasn't a whole lot of collaboration this time because I didn't ask enough questions maybe. But I like it. I like how it's coming together. I still might have to do something with this. I love this. And I think it just works with that. So until next time, give me a thumbs up on your way out. I'd appreciate it. Feel free to share this. Invite your friends. You are so welcome. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Love it when you guys join me after Juju's live on Craftin on the Back 40. So until next time, happy crafting, everybody.